Indeed, I think the sun indeed is shining a bit brightly today. And of course, it's another wonderful event for us at the Ministry of Health and Medical Services. Ladies and gentlemen, before I go on, I'd like to thank the elder for saying that I have one of the coolest ministries. How I wish. And I'd really love for you to pray that my ministry becomes the coolest ministry. And every day becomes a cool day for my staff and me especially, because as you're aware, this is one of the most challenging ministries of the government. Okay? There are days that I really find it cool when I don't receive any complaints. There are days that I find the ministry very fascinating as we try to work out solutions to assist in our service delivery to the Fijians. And of course, there are days when I find it very frustrating. So today is one of those days that I feel that I have a very cool ministry. And of course, I'd like to thank all the hardworking staff at the headquarters and all the staff at the hospitals, the subdivisional hospitals and the nursing stations that work against all barriers and challenges to ensure that we give the best with whatever available resources we have to the Fijian people. Coming back to this morning, my association with the LDS Church started when I was a minister with the women's ministry. So I'm very much aware of the work that the church does for the welfare of Fijian people. So this morning is indeed another great collaboration between the church and the Ministry of Health in terms of providing for eye care services to our people. So ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the ministry, on behalf of my peers and the government of Fiji, I would sincerely like to thank LDS Church and especially Elder Johnson for your generous donation this morning of this ophthalmological equipment. The equipment, the way CP put it, 234,000 Fijian dollars, I'd like to put it in a more positive manner, close to $250,000 and $250,000 worth of donations. And of course, this will be used by our health facilities in Suva, Lambasa and Lautoka. And this will assist us to enhance vital eye care services and improve access to those services for Fijian families from across the country. So I'd like us all to put our hands together for this wonderful, wonderful donation. As mentioned earlier on, the donation consists of equipment that can be used or will be used for early detection of eye diseases and in turn can ensure early intervention to deal with problems before they become severe and can help to avoid complications or progressions of diseases which, if not treated, can ultimately result in loss of eyesight. You've already heard from the MC the value that we need to put to our eyes. Okay, so, of course, this is going to greatly contribute to ensuring that our people do not lose their eyesight. Ladies and gentlemen, visual impairment and blindness are well recognized as significant contributors to poor quality of life and reduced productivity. If I can draw your attention to some of the estimates of the World Health Organization, in 2010, there were 39 million people blind and an additional 246 million people visually impaired across the globe. In 80% of these cases, the causes of blindness and visual impairment was believed to be either treatable or preventable. So here in Fiji, we are no different. According to the data provided by the Pacific Eye Institute, around 25,000 patients are provided with eye care services by the Institute each year. On a daily basis, Pacific Eye Institute sees around 50 patients at the diabetic eye clinic and around 100 patients are served in the outpatient department and 16 surgeries are performed on a daily basis. The age of the patients ranges from around 13 to more than 90. And the most common eye problems treated at the Pacific Eye Institute are refractive error, cataracts, and diabetic retinopathy. Cataracts, in particular, can develop early in patients with diabetes and uncontrolled diabetes, and so it is important that everyone who is living with diabetes gets their eyes checked at least once a year, even when their vision seems to be all right. Diabetes, you are aware, is the leading cause of vision impairment among the working age population in developing countries, and Fiji, again, if I may say, is no exception. We need to ensure that diabetic retinopathy is addressed and given the maximum awareness and, of course, advocacy to help control the disease through screening for good eye care. Evidence reveals that 3/4 of the people who have diabetes for more than 10 years or more, will develop some form of diabetic retinopathy, and people with diabetes are 25 times more likely to go blind than people who don't have diabetes. While attending the 70th World Health Assembly earlier this year, I was quite uncomfortable to note when Fiji was mentioned as the first on the list of the highest NCD cases in the Pacific. If I can also add that the Ministry of Health and Medical Services and the government agencies, we cannot combat this man-made epidemic on our own. We need all hands on deck because the battle is real, and this requires effective partnership with NGOs, faith-based organizations, and of course our private sector. The World Health Organization Global Action Plan for the Prevention of Avoidable Blindness and Visual Impairment 2014 to 2019 aims to improve eye health for everyone and seeks to reduce the prevalence of avoidable blindness and visual impairment by 25% by the year 2019. Again, achieving this target will need a collaborative effort through multi-sectorial approaches that can provide the needed care and support to intensify the reach out to both urban and rural communities, and to provide the information and raise awareness so every Fijian can make the right decisions about their health. The Ministry of Health and Medical Services also has programs to provide free screenings and treatment advice at our subdivisional health centers and hospitals, and we work together with the Pacific Eye Institute to provide needed care and support for the development of eye care services in Fiji. Of course, we capitalize on partnerships to consolidate resources and advocate for programs on eye care. As such, we are truly proud of this partnership with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that will help us, will help us to further enhance our health services for the Fijian families. The ministry looks forward further to strengthen collaborations with more faith-based organizations in Fiji to create similar opportunities to develop Fiji's health sector. And indeed, the partnership will motivate other potential donors and supporters to come and join hands with us to make a positive impact through health services. On that note, I'd also like to remind my health staff to maintain these devices in good condition at all times. We need to take ownership of this, and we need to remember that those that have sacrificed much to enable our hospitals to have this equipment to better the services we give to the people of our country. So it's very important that we look after this equipment and not something that is just donated. We need to understand that a lot of generosity has gone into bringing this equipment to Fiji for our betterment. And to those listening through this program, the advice is please take responsibility for your health, eat for wellness, go for fruits, vegetables, whole grains and lean protein. If you are smoking, please quit, because lighting up causes problems with your blood vessels, which makes you more likely to end up with eye trouble. Exercise can have a big influence on your blood sugar, so please plan your diet and daily exercise to stay healthy. After all, a good health is the key to happy and productive life. So choose wisely, choose life, and choose to live healthy every day. So ladies and gentlemen, with these words, I once again offer my sincere appreciation and gratitude on behalf of the Fijian government to the LDS team, all the members present here, and those, I hope the message goes out to all those who have played a part in bringing this equipment to us. Thank you very much for the hard work and commitment that you have towards our Fijian people, and I'd like to wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Again, please convey my utmost gratitude to all your members who have made it possible, who have made possible these valuable donations for the benefit of our people. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, can we all put our hands once again and show our appreciation in the usual manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Minister, for the